Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to be with my dear friend, Patricia Iris. She goes by Iris. But if you see her name on the website for the event that we're talking about now, you'll see her name is Patricia Iris. But I'm going to call her Iris because that's what she goes by as her main name. And we've known each other for a long time. We got connected over the Venus cycle back in, I think, 2015.
A while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And that would be like 10 years ago now,
And
almost.
years that we
Coming up on.
are friends.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
How did that happen? Oh my gosh.
Blink of
Anyway,
an eye. Yeah.
so we were in Scotland together this summer, and when we got home, Iris called me and said, "We're going to France. I'm putting all the details together for you, and you're going to help me." I was like, "Okay," doing a Magdalene tour.
Amazing friend that you are. You said yes. Yay.
Well, how could I say no? I mean, hey, I did a Magdalene tour de France back in 1999. And so it's been a while. And I always thought it would be really great to go back again because it was so life-changing when I did that way back then. Not 1999, that was my Egypt trip. Sorry, 2000,
Yes.
2007. I did it. I did it in 2007 with one of my priestess sisters. Anyway, we're here today to just kind of give you a sense of the overall view of what it is that we're doing for this trip because it's pretty cool. I'm very, very excited. It's going to be so fun and filled with such great things. I'll of course be doing the astrological aspect and bringing in the Venus cycle, and there's a total lunar eclipse that we'll get to see because it happens to be visible there. So those are some really cool things that might call people. And then I'm just going to turn this over to you now, Iris, to share about the pieces that you're bringing that I'm also super excited about.
Right. So I would say the common theme that threads through everything that we're doing is this divine feminine. And even if you happen to be a man in this lifetime, you still have a divine feminine aspect within you. So it's like the divine feminine that flows and that manifests so easily. She's a co-creator with everything around her. So that's kind of the theme. And the different aspects of it are, yes, the Venus cycle that's how I got to know you, Caitlin, and it's been so powerful in my life. And I'm actually in the cycle this year again, so I'm in my Venus return right now. But anyway, so we're doing the Venus cycle, we're doing Gene Keys, and we're doing it following in the footsteps of the Mary Magdalene, which she's here right now. And Mary Magdalene was an anointer. And so, she famously anointed Jesus after his passing and so forth and helped prepare his body for that transition. And so every single day, everyone that goes on the trip is going to receive an anointing. These are the oils that we're going to be using as we anoint people. And there'll be a special connection to both the Mary Magdalene every day and to the different areas that we're going to be anointing. So there's definitely going to be the Mary Magdalene vibration following us the whole way. And the pilgrimage that we're going on, we're starting in Marseille, where there's this beautiful Notre Dame Cathedral, and there is a statue of the Virgin Mary. And we start off by really honoring the Virgin Mary and who she was. And that'll be a very significant part of kind of our opening into the whole journey. But then after that, we are really following in the footsteps of Mary Magdalene. And we're following her path after Jesus died. So once he died, she had this book of love and this way of living life that she learned by side being with her beloved Jesus. And so we'll be able to have some insights into that as we go through our pilgrimage and then go through the anointings. And then the other thing that we're going to integrate throughout the trip is this thing called the Gene Keys. So what is the Gene Keys? So it was
Can I just
founded.
interrupt you really quickly to
Yes.
say, for those who might not know, is that Mary Magdalene there's a lot of proof that she actually did this, went to France after the whole thing with Jesus or Yeshua, whatever however you want to refer to that. And that she was in various areas of that, and she was continuing the work there. So I just wanted to say that and her bones are supposed to be there.
Yes, I've actually seen her bones, and we're going to be traveling to the site where her bones, her relics are stored.
Yes.
And again, a very, very powerful part of the trip. There's a basilica that houses her bones, and we'll be going there too. So you're right, Kaylin, there's a lot of historical facts that show she lived in France, and this is where she spent her life after the passing of her beloved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
So that's
Jesus.
why we're super excited about doing it, as tracing her steps
Mhm.
in France after she got there and was doing, and then whatever work she was doing. And I love that the picture you have behind you, and it's also on our page for the event, is her holding the anointing,
The
the
alabaster jar.
alabaster
Mhm.
jar. Hmm.
That's where the oils were kept. They were kept in this alabaster jar, of which, then they would then anoint the bodies. Yes. So exciting. So the Gene Keys aspect of it, okay, so back to Richard Rudd, who created these Gene Keys. And what it is, it's a sequence that it combines the I Ching, it combines human design, it combines DNA codon rings, and based on your place of birth, date of birth, time of birth, just like astrology, come up these different spheres. And this is my copy of what mine looks like. And there's three different focus areas. One is about your life purpose. One is called the Venus sequence, which is about love and how do we walk in the world as love and how does it impact our relationships. And then the last part is called the Pearl sequence, which is about prosperity. So the focus for us during this retreat is really about the Venus sequence and love, because Mary Magdalene, that was her teaching, to study the way of love and the path of love. And so this Venus sequence helps to uncover what are those shadows that live within us that were coping mechanisms that we needed to develop as a child, but that we still carry to this day. And when we can really embrace those shadows, then all of a sudden we're able to release our gifts. And then that connects us to our greatest essence. And it all comes back to love, correct? And so, how can we really embrace our shadows so that we no longer get triggered in the same way, so that we can just be this emanation of love and this greatest gift? So, every day we'll be exploring the Venus sequence. Starts, it's like at the base of the whole thing. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 different spheres that we're going to look at, areas of growth for each and every one of us. And it's just it is shadow work, so it can be very sometimes triggering and very deep work, but that's why we're here. We all come together, we support each other, and it's going to be no coincidence who signs up for this trip. We were all souls that have most likely met together in the past, and we're coming together to continue to heal and to show the most radiant love that we can be on this earth today, because the earth needs that, right? Our planet is changing and we're going to be a part of that change. And yeah,
And
that's what our,
changing ideally through love and not through all the ways that it's changed in the past.
yeah. And that's the thing, is we don't have to always learn through suffering and through pain. We
No.
can learn through love and joy.
Yes.
And sometimes there's also pain and suffering. And when we have a community that comes together to help hold space, we can really go through that transition in a much more
And
uh,
something else I'm really loving about this, because it's doing the shadow work, in a total lunar eclipse, what happens is the Earth comes between the sun and the moon. So you have it's a full moon. So the moon, the sun, and the Earth is right in between them, and it's the shadow of the Earth on the face of the moon that we're seeing our own shadow at a
Mhm.
total lunar eclipse. And so that's another piece that's like just really magnifying, amplifying, intensifying the possibilities for us with the intentions that we're holding for this trip. Super exciting.
Yeah, I mean, because the more that we can have awareness around our shadows, the less that those shadows have a grip on us.
Yeah.
Because oh, that's why that hurts so much. And then all of a sudden it doesn't hurt as much. So that's what's very exciting. Also wanted to mention that if you do sign up for the trip and you pay in full by March, you get a free session with Kaylin around the Venus sequence, or the Venus cycle. And then I'll also be offering the one in green. So we're doing what's in red, right? The Venus sequence around love and our relationships. But we'll be offering a free gene key session around the green. There's 4 different green spheres, and this is around our purpose in the world, our Dharma path, who are we, and our life's work. So we'll be offering that, and it's a beautiful segue into the path of love because you can see that this first step that we're going to be working on is part our purpose and part the first step of the Venus sequence. So again, for those signing up before March and paid in full, you will get an additional bonus of gene keys around work and purpose, and then also the Venus
I'm
cycle.
so excited because I'm aware of the Gene Keys. I have the book. I've studied human design, but I've never really fully. I'm just so excited because I know this is going to be just such a great way
Oh
to.
my gosh, I
Oh,
just remembered, Kaylin, the reason I got into the Gene Keys is because of you.
oh,
You were telling me how you had the book, you've read it, and but you thought it might be something I would like. And you are the reason actually that I've heard of the Gene Keys and I got so it's just transformed my life. It is such a powerful tool. I've been studying it for 3 years now. And but Caitlin, you're the reason.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I did
anyway,
not know that. For some reason, I did not know that.
I probably never told you, but yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
What a
Wow.
beautiful culmination of the coming
Right.
together.
So we invite you to consider joining us. This is going to be a magical journey, life-changing, transformative, alchemical in terms of the taking our base elements and transforming them into uh, the gold of who we really are. And the link to the page with all the additional information about this is September 3rd through 10th um,
Yes.
2025. So it's still a few months away, but but we're planning now and we're excited. And so so you can see all the information where will be the different days. It's all
Mhm.
there on that main page. And then from that page you can go to the sign up page. So be sure to check out the show notes. Be sure to check out the possibilities, and we would love to have you join us. So, yay! Loving
Yay.
doing this with you, Iris. So good.
Me too, Kaylin. It's an honor, and I'm so excited. It's going to be fantastic.
All right. Bye, everyone.